All right, welcome everybody. We got episode 5 of Middle Age Gaming. How's everybody doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Outstanding.
We've
Doing
got
awesome.
we've got a couple of people with us today. My good buddy Pip.
How's it going?
We got Rasta over here playing,
Greetings.
and of course every day with me, Mister Mister Sprangborough himself.
Sup?
Oh man, Jesus Christ! What a week it's gaming this week, man. All kinds of stuff happened. I don't know if you guys have been following everything that's been going on. Obviously, we talked about in the other podcast, Sprangborough Sessions. Check it out. We talked about the riots and all that stuff and the heavy stuff that's going on with that. It has bleeded over into obviously the gaming industry as well. A lot of things have been postponed because of the riots and because of the observation of Black Lives Matter and everything, and the protests, and trying to appreciate what's going on. I think it's probably a good move on a lot of parts of the companies that are doing it. Any of you guys have any thoughts on that stuff?
Nah, man.
I'm all for it, man. Keep people safe. There's a time and a place for everything.
Yep. Yeah, there's
Stay with you.
Sony postponed their PlayStation 5's game reveal event, so that was supposed to be on the 4th, and that got postponed out. Now it's no set date yet. It's indefinite right now, as far as they're going to wait and see how everything goes, which I think is probably a smart move, because it's just going to get buried underneath all of the news of this tragedy as it is. So it's not really the right time to be showing that stuff and doing all that,
Right.
Call of Duty shortly afterwards, as we are all I'm sure aware, has postponed their season 4 release, following suit with Sony, saying that it's just not the time to be releasing this, the content and stuff for that. They're going to observe a little bit of silence on everything with the Black Lives Matter movement, which I think is a good thing. I think it's not a good time to be releasing any of that stuff. It's been a very, very, very trying time with all kinds of stuff going on with that. It's had me thinking about a lot of different things. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Pip. We haven't heard from you on here before.
Well, let's see. What is there to tell?
Gaming.
What do you game? What do you game on? You game what system?
Well, I'm on the PS4 right now. That's what I usually play. I used to be on the Xbox, but I was always old PlayStation guy.
Gotcha.
I used to
What's
always used to play sports games until basically Call of Duty, and Call of Duty came out and switched me over. All I ever did was play football, hockey, and maybe some GoldenEye back in the day.
Oh,
I saw
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit of Mario Kart,
Oh
the
yeah,
classics.
I just recently got back into doing more racing games because, like you, pretty much all of us, I think, come from different gaming backgrounds as far as genres go, and then Call of Duty is kind of what brought us all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's people say a lot of things about Call of Duty and how it's this blind, just repetitive game, but it does have a pretty large community of people, and it's definitely brings a lot of people together. I'm definitely very happy that I switched over when I was on the PS3 and started playing Call of Duty. I got the Xbox and started playing with you guys. Met all of you guys through that, so it was definitely worth it in my opinion.
I mean, it's been a long time we've been playing with each other, so it's crazy.
Video games, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah, playing video games together.
Too easy. Come
You're
on,
on the-
Jerry.
you're-
Come on,
Jerry's
Jerry.
always in the gutter.
Yep.
Jerry's always in the gutter.
I lived there.
Yeah, it's just gotta be careful with your wording on the internet there, Justin.
Yes. No. That's like every time we're playing Call of Duty, I always like sitting there back, like while we're playing, I always like have my mic muted because I'm laughing so hard, and all the call outs like he's in the back, he's coming around the back. I'm like, I bet he is, big guy. He just mowed me down. I'm like, all right,
Just
all right.
always easy, isn't it? It's always right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
We're all just a bunch of 3-year-olds at heart. What can we say?
just a middle-aged gamer myself, you know.
Yeah. What games are probably your favorite right now to play? Any particular games?
Oh man. Well, of course we're playing nonstop on that Call of Duty.
Mhm.
Just a lot of mine's been a lot of strategy games like Tropico,
Yep.
Ark. So
Very cool.
I
Very
don't
cool.
I work so much anymore. I don't really get too much time to game.
Yeah.
And like with everything with the coronavirus going on, being a butcher, I mean, you work 50, 60 hours a week sometimes, and
Yep.
if we got time off, you don't feel like gaming too much.
Yeah. You want a game, but you want something that's quick and simple, and usually Call
Yeah.
of Duty is the quick in and out. Which actually, on
Exactly.
that note, Jamie and I might have a game that you might actually dig for quick in and out games. Rocket League, we've been jumping into a lot lately.
Yeah,
And
I thought about playing something like that. I've seen it before, a lot of videos, never really tried it. So
we thought the
Never
same
know.
thing, and then it came up on Jamie got the Game Pass, so it was in that Game Pass. It was available, so he downloaded it, and then I downloaded it just after he did, and we've been playing it almost every night. Couple of
yeah.
couple of hour or two, but they're quick 5-minute little matches. They're fun, they're fast. It's pretty competitive.
Yeah, it's like playing soccer with cars.
It really is. It's a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be especially like the first few games. I thought it was going to be very, very frustrating. I wasn't going to want to play it, but it's definitely definitely well worth it in my opinion. Especially if you have the Game Pass. You're on PS4, but I think I don't know if it's available on their. I don't know if you have their streaming service thing.
It's available on PS now.
It is?
Otherwise, I just looked it up. Otherwise, it's $19.99 to
Okay.
buy.
Gotcha.
Is it cross-platform or is it just?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't. I think it's supposed to be going that way if it's not already.
Okay.
Most games, Sony really kind of slowed down and screwed the pooch by taking so long to allow cross-platform. I mean, they could have done this years ago, and they kept putting their foot down and not letting it. You know what I mean? Because they had such a large hold on the market, they didn't want to. They didn't want to give that up so easily and say, okay, well, we can play with whoever you want. They wanted to sell those consoles this year, this past 2 years, especially when they realized that Microsoft screwed up right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So, with the Xbox. So, so it kind of put a kibosh. I think we probably could have been in a much better place with cross-platform a lot earlier if they hadn't done that.
No.
They had a decent reason. I mean, they was talking about kid security, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it probably would have made that much of a difference at this point. You guys heard anything about Valorant at all? That new game Valorant by Riot Games?
No.
It's kind of like it's PC, so it's not really like something we normally would play, or at least me. But it's from Riot Games, guys who did League of Legends and all that, and it's kind of it's a hero based thing. So these guys your characters are called agents, and they all have different abilities, and you can buy the abilities. You have a certain amount of points you can spend to get the abilities each round and all this stuff, and it's kind of like a Overwatch / what the heck's that shooter? Really popular computer shooter. I can't even think of the name right now. Crap.
Wolfenstein?
CS:GO.
Oh.
It's very CS:GO-ish. It has that kind of like that feel to it. At least when I see videos of it and people like Shroud and those guys playing it. But it just finished its closed beta. But it was bringing in during that closed beta. It was almost 3 million players daily playing it. So it was pretty large. And the company that's one of their primary investors is Tencent Gaming. It's like the largest gaming company over in overseas. So they've been backing it a lot. So I got a feeling it's going to be one of the next big competitive games that's going to be, on the circuit. Well, in the same leagues as CS:GO and Call of Duty and all that stuff. I think they've really hit a big milestone there with that, because even in beta, 3 million daily players is huge numbers. As far as like COD goes, wasn't really much going on with that. I mean, there was talks about the leaks for season 4 were going to be something that was supposed to be some big map. It was supposedly going to be a map change, is what they were thinking, based on the leaked teaser footage with Captain Price and I forget who else was on the 3 characters that were on the leaked piece. But there was like this big, huge plume of smoke coming up from the mountains behind him, and on the left-hand side, you could see one of the bunkers in military base. Those huge bunkers that are there.
Mm-hmm.
So off in the mountains behind it, they're saying that because of the smoke up there, that there's going to be something big either crashed out there, or it might be even farther to the left where the dam is. So the dam might be blown up or something like that. There's a bunch of speculation about that stuff going on. I mean, other than that, there was not really much for Warzone. I tried to dig up as much as I could for leaks and things like that, but they're pretty tight ship.
Was like the next Black Ops is supposed to be like a Cold War?
Yeah, that was the thing. One of the things they were saying on that, that's it might be a reboot of the original Black Ops series. So it might be going back like we are with Warzone back to that. And if they put Black Ops in the wars with the Warzone, this Call of Duty's mechanics, I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be awesome. I think the gameplay on this Call of Duty is some of the best outside of the original Black Ops series.
Yeah, I was kind of glad that the warfare went back to like the boots on the ground, not like the last few they were doing with the crazy sliding and the grappling hooks and stuff. I couldn't deal with all that.
I kind of want to bring back the dolphin dive of Black Ops 2, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, some good Black Ops 2. I kind
of miss that dolphin dive. That stuff was hilarious, man. Especially in like the final kill cam of the game.
Yeah, me and Jerry was just talking about that the other day, diving out the windows and killing people and stuff. That was great. So the best kills.
It was some of the best stuff in the world, man. I think that was probably some of the best maps. We were talking about it before. Was it Black Ops 1 with that snow map you were talking about, or was it Black Ops 2?
1. So
it was 1.
Summit, and then Array.
Yeah.
Array, that's the one. Yep.
Array. Yes. Oh yes, that was awesome.
That was a
I normally don't
map.
like big maps. Yeah, I don't normally like big maps, but that one, for whatever reason, man, it was great.
Well, it was kind of
big, but you were able to get everywhere quick.
Yeah, and you had multiple. There weren't. I mean, if you had a really, really good team, you could lock down people into a zone. But it was very easy to flip the spawns, so you couldn't spawn trap as easily. You couldn't get. The buffer to get into a spawn trap was very low, so you had to be really, really good in order to spawn trap a team. Which I liked, because I hated getting spawn trapped. I couldn't stand it. I didn't even like really spawn trapping teams for that long. It just doesn't feel like competitive then. They don't even have a chance to get up and get going before you're already taking them out.
Yeah, I always feel like they just always try to regurgitate the same maps over and over. Like, how many times do you have to play Nuketown? How many times they've redone Nuketown and stuff. It's like, some of the other maps are awesome.
That too. I'd rather see a little more new maps. I'd rather see like some new stuff. I know this is a reboot of the original, but we've played all these maps almost in every iteration of Call of Duty. We've played some version of this map, of these maps, and it just feels kind of a little bit lazy. Whereas we're taking these huge file sizes, taking up huge space on our Xboxes and external hard drives and whatnot, and you're not really presenting much new. This new season's supposed to be five more new maps, but I'm guessing that only 2 of them are really going to be new, and then I'm thinking a bare minimum of 3 is probably going to be retreads of old maps. You know, but it's just.
I really like what they did with Ass Hair Cave, or whatever it's called. Get it? Ass Hair Cave.
Oh yeah. That map's okay. It's a little campy, but there are ways to get around it.
Yeah, it's called a crossbow.
Yeah, I like being able to throw my bouncing betties or a claymore down the bottom of that little tunnel, or where that little water, the water chute
well
is. The well, yeah.
I love the well. I take the well all the time.
I think that's a great board. I just pull up the list. That's why I'm looking here. Hackney Yard. That board feels very. It's the one that has the railroad tracks.
Yep.
In the middle, and it's got like that little water tower up the side.
That's like a traditional 3-lane Call of Duty map. You know,
that's a good map.
Yeah.
Piccadilly can go F itself.
Yeah, see, Piccadilly.
Yeah, I'm not big on that one.
Piccadilly can be okay if you don't have camp. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, Piccadilly.
Definitely not my first Piccadilly.
Piccadilly can eat a dick.
Shoot, when I lived in Hannibal, I went to Piccadilly every day.
Yeah.
That's the name of the local gas station.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Tall, sick backlot. That one's all right.
Backlot's the remake, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying that board's all right.
I think Backlot's from Modern Warfare or Call of Duty. The first Modern Warfare, I think.
I gotcha. But yeah, they got some good maps, was it?
Yeah.
12, 16, 20. There's 20 maps right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot more. I think the map rotation is a lot better now than it was when we first started playing.
You know what map they should bring in, and they should just pay the licensing for it, or do a very great copy of, is the one with the big tanks and everything from 007. The one multiplayer one that everybody, the notorious for the big giant.
They could just copy and paste it at this point, I think, and do their own take on it.
Anything.
I just think they would remaster that game. That would be awesome.
They are.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, man. I believe last I read. Let me look. GoldenEye.
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah.
That might, if it's only on Nintendo, that might make me even buy a Switch. If it's only on Nintendo.
Well, that would be
August
sweet.
2020. August 2022 is what I'm reading.
There it is.
Nice.
On techspot.com.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Did they say who's is it?
How does it feel to know that I found that out like months ago? Like that's awesome. I think I was surfing something related to Overwatch at the time. Yeah. I don't know why they had them blinked up, but they did.
Huh.
Maybe it was just through.
I missed that one. I usually don't miss
Switch
stuff like that.
But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
That will be awesome. Yeah, definitely be on Switch.
Does it show what game platforms?
Yeah.
Probably just Switch.
Wii, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 3, Xbox. Hold on, reloaded. That's just a Wikipedia. Let me see about the new.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Right here, I got. There's a view of.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah!
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's definitely. That's definitely gonna be sweet.
Let's just hope they change the spawn points in that better.
Yeah, they don't just copy and paste it all.
Oh man, if somebody did the spawning points, you died, you were done. It was so hard to come back.
Oh yeah, no, it was. Gosh, man, such good memories back then of those games. What's one of your favorite games from way back when?
Well, my favorite game that they don't make no more is, of course, college football. Maybe they'll start bringing that back.
They don't. Oh, that's right. They don't do college. It's all Madden.
Yep, they got rid of the college football because they don't want to be able to pay players.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
the
right.
gaming companies want to.
Yeah,
EA
but
and all the other ones, they want to,
but the colleges won't let them.
yeah. But, other than that, I mean,
EA.
back the games I kind of missed that was like my core group of friends, like back in high school, that we always played. Like we always had like our GoldenEye tournament. Then we went to like foosball, darts. And then it was like the deciding factor was back then it was like the hockey game. It was like
Nice.
NHL Live '99. So good, so
Oh,
violent.
that's
We always
awesome.
pick
That's
fights,
awesome.
always. And back then it was the best teams were like the Red Wings,
Oh Jesus.
Philadelphia Flyers, the Flyers,
Oh
fucking
my God.
Flyers, the Devils.
That's freaking cool, man. The
So,
EA friggin' they what did they do? They got the next license relicense for Madden now. So like
Yeah.
2026 or something.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's not going to go anywhere for a while.
No. And truthfully, honestly, I think like sports games should change the way they do their games anymore because they're not really making anything new when they make the new games every single year. They should just make it a DLC where you just have to buy an updated roster.
Yeah, because it's
updated plays because they're not changing much of the graphics or anything. So what's the point of
update
making
rosters,
a whole new game?
updating rosters, adding a game mode. You can do all that through updates.
Exactly.
For EA, that would probably be the smartest thing to do. You get one thing, you've invested a big chunk at the beginning. Now you're just adding DLC. I mean, obviously with the console change, you'll have to release another iteration. Maybe change some little key factors in it, and then go from there and just start all over and start doing DLC all over from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, why are they wasting production time and man hours making a brand new game when they're not really making a new game?
Well, is it a different company
like
that's making the games, or are they each year, or is it the same team that makes it every year?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, believe it's always the same team out of Toronto from EA or San Diego.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That does it.
Yeah, so it's not just EA being the publisher; they're actually the developer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they probably could very easily just do that. Then I don't understand why they don't do that. It doesn't really make much sense, unless they just don't think they're not going to make as much money because they can't charge a full $60 for a new game every year. Because they know everybody's going to buy the new Madden every year.
Oh yeah,
or just about every year.
Madden,
the diehards for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's
just like the
FIFA. It's like FIFA.
Duties.
Yeah, I mean we're going to buy. But the thing with difference is there's I guess there is different mechanics usually from one to another in football as well. They're adding features and things like that. But yeah, I don't see why it's not really a story mode, right? It's not.
No.
There's no single player mode really,
They got like a franchise and they got like that ultimate team where you collect cards and stuff. You have your ultimate team and stuff, but that's the same thing. You just DLC it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just add stuff onto that. I think.
Yeah,
I don't think
change
to do all that.
Change the ratings, upgrade them, and everything.
Yeah,
different players each year. So.
Yeah, I don't know, Jamie. What have you been playing lately?
Oh man, Rocket League. I've been playing some Rocket League.
I was telling Pip about that already.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to disappear for a couple minutes.
Yep.
Dinner was served, and I wasn't missing out.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah, I've been jamming on Rocket League since the last podcast.
Yeah.
So it's been about a week, right? Yeah, I've just been digging into it, man. I said on the last podcast I was going to dig into Subnautica. I have not done that. My apologies to anybody that was wondering if I did or not. No, I did not. There was a lot of things going on. People were celebrating it by, taking down parking meters in our city and stuff. It was just a big celebration. So it's just been a couple of days. I haven't really thought about it. But I've been playing Rocket League because they're 5-minute matches. You're in, you're out, you're done, and I have a picture on the phone here I could show you from my whatever the feed or whatever on the Xbox, and it shows that myself, Mr. You're Dumbfounded, and Psycho Hunter went 11-0.
Yeah.
We gave them
those poor kids got a beat down.
When I say we gave them a beat down, when I say we did great, I meant Jimmy did great.
Yeah, Jimmy did great.
Jimmy got 7 goals on him, and TJ and I both got 2. But everybody was playing their part. I really like that type of a game, and I really like hockey. I love the dynamics of playing hockey, whether it's playing it on the Xbox or the PlayStation. I mean, it still generally plays the same on both consoles, but I really like the gameplay. I like being strategic. I never thought I would get into those kind of games. I remember being younger, early teens, older teens, and my older brother and his friends were all playing basketball on.
Oh yeah.
On the PlayStation or whatever it was. I remember now. It's been so long. But my brothers, he would play would be basketball, and we didn't have a gaming system of our own at the time. So if we wanted to play, we had to play basketball with Dan. So we always, of course, got our ass whooped over and over and over and over and over. Dude, you have no idea how many times you can lose to the Chicago Bulls until you play against my brother Dan. Because let me tell you, that was his jam. But you get used to holding down the trigger so long, releasing it at the right time at the top of the jump. That's what helped me get good fluid motion and playing games like Call of Duty. And then whenever I started playing games again, a handful of years later.
That timing. It's all about that timing.
And that's what Rocket League has been for me this last week. Is it hits that. It's all about positioning. It's all about timing. It's about being strategic. So, good strategy is to have somebody in the back playing goal pretty much the whole time. Even though you don't need it, it helps a lot. So that way they don't get easy shots on it. Or play up a little bit. Come up just like in hockey. Come up to half court, go back. Playing kind of like that. You have like one guy who's just going wherever, like the captain, center, whatever. Then you have one guy as a forward, and then one guy just as defense. And play it like 3 versus 3 on hockey, and you can guarantee you're going to kick some people's ass in Rocket League. I know because I'm going to be digging in even more whenever I have the time. I got a couple other games I want to play, but. Yeah, just been a busy week, a great week. I played some Call of Duty. I am a sucker for always going home. Every time I play Call of Duty, especially Team Deathmatch, because it is the foundation and the roots. It's like taking a drive on a Sunday back home. You just without thinking about it, you're home.
The muscle memory.
So yeah, and it feels the most now in that game than it has with any Call of Duty I've played in the last 5 generations or so. Like, it's been a long time.
With this last one, I have been feeling like I've been getting my groove a little bit better on this multiplayer. The last few ones, I would always just get my butt kicked all the time. I'm like, man, I used to be a lot better than this.
Like World War II, when we were playing that on the PlayStation. Like, that felt pretty good, but it still felt like something was missing, and it was something big. I don't know what it was, but I can tell you whatever the hell it was, I know that they nailed it in this Modern Warfare game, because I love the perspective of how large everything looks, because it makes it look more realistic. I like the way when the gameplay feels smooth. When you're crouching down or you're laying down, it doesn't hesitate. It's like if you were really doing it in real life. They nailed it. So I can see why you say it's just easy for it to feel like the older ones, man.
Yeah.
I almost want a Nuketown on this one because it's the closest to.
I'm Nuketown out. I'm really Nuketown out.
Yeah, I really am.
I'm all set. They've done Nuketown to the ground.
Listen, TJ,
like I said, I would love to have Array back. Array, and there's a couple other.
Array.
Array.
Like what was that one of the Let me try it out. That one, that map.
Oh yes,
Oh, I
yes,
would
yes.
love that map back to do it again.
What the hell?
I'm gonna try it out.
what board was
I'm
that?
gonna
Plaza.
try it out.
That was
Plaza,
Plaza
yeah.
too.
Plaza.
Plaza, yeah. That Krillix, man.
I would actually. Terminal is one of the ones I wouldn't mind seeing. From I think it was Modern Warfare 2, one with the plane airport terminal. I think that's one of the ones I would like to see again. Maybe a little redesigned, but
there was one like on the original one. I don't know if you all remember. I think it was called like Bog. It had like the houses and stuff that you can run through on the side. It had like a tank in the middle. And it was like all grass and stuff, and like some trailers in the back. And it was like one of my very first favorite ones. It was like some brick walls that were like right here in front of the tank and everything. It was an easy running gun map, but you also, if you wanted to, you could sit there and snipe out of it too.
Yeah.
In areas you could see through the whole map.
Jerry brought up firing range last time. That's an awesome map as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That one was always, even though it's a 3-laner, it felt larger than it was. You know, you felt like you didn't immediately spawn and always run into somebody right away, even though it was, you know, fairly small in comparison to a lot of the maps. It definitely had a good amount of cover and a couple of good sight lines you could use. So that was one of the definitely in my top 5 for that game.
Well, Black Ops 2, Slums. They did bring it back into one of these games here recently. I don't remember which one it was.
For Plaza or
Slums?
Oh, Slums, yeah.
Slums. Which one was Slums?
Black Ops 2, the one with the big water fountain looking thing in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a
like
little graveyard on one side.
Two in the middle.
Yes,
Just to the side of that was the blown up wall with a little room that you can hide into. A lot of people would hide there. Yeah.
That was the camp spot right there. Yeah, I remember that.
You guys wanna take a trip down memory lane? Check us out.
I'm always up for that. That's why I do this.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, it's actually playing at regular speed and not skipping all over the place for me. Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Yeah, they just redid that one on the last one on Black Ops 4.
Gotcha.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did.
Any of these you guys want to check out? Plaza? Here we go.
I'm gonna try it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna try
it out.
Okay.
That was Skrillex, man.
That was such a great map.
Used to race.
Anybody who plays Call of Duty will always remember that.
Yeah, man, he's starting to club.
They redid that one on Black Ops 3 or something, didn't they?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it was
No,
with
I
the jump
think they
packs.
did it on one of the one of the ones that had like the crazy jump packs and
Black Ops
stuff.
3 I think they redid that on. Yeah, 3 started the jump packs for Black Ops.
I'm gonna try it out.
Yep.
I'm gonna try it out. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it out. He's coming around the corner.
Oh, man,
Hey, watch the left side there. He's probably hooked behind the wall.
Such a great map.
Oh, wow.
I tried I downloaded what's it called? Outer Worlds? The one you suggested
Outer
last week, Jerry?
Wilds.
Outer
Oh
Wilds?
yeah.
Yeah, I had
Good
played
thing.
that. I did start that already before. With the old man who taps on the thing when you first come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that I had started a game already on that a while ago, I guess, when it first came out, and I must have deleted it to make room before I got my hard drive there.
Yeah, very original game.
Oh yeah, I remember in the beginning it was awesome. I forget what happened. I forget why. I think Call of Duty came out, and I was like, fudge, I gotta.
That happens a lot with a lot of games with me, man.
Yeah, well, it was before I had the hard drive, the external hard drive, so I was limited on space. I mean, can you imagine now? It's 180 gigs for Call of Duty, and it's only going to get larger. The one before, was it World War II? I think that was 95 gigabytes at the end of it, something like that. It's just crazy how large it is. I know it has to do a lot with Warzone is the reason, but it's just nuts. How big
You said
it is.
you installed Outer Wild?
Mhm.
You didn't play it yet?
I played a little bit of it when I remembered. Oh yeah, I have played this before. All right.
Yeah, so I'm looking it up right now. It actually won Game of the Year, 2019.
Outer Wilds.
Yeah,
Did it?
Outer
Oh,
Wilds.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it definitely was fun.
I think I installed it.
Yeah,
at
best
the time,
best indie game.
Yeah, it definitely was very. It's maybe not unique, but it definitely did have a cool vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like something I haven't played in a while. It felt kind of Fallout-ish a little bit. Not really. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit of elements from it. But it definitely. I definitely like the style of it. It was definitely visually looked freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, the visuals on it are great. The 22-minute, cycle that you have to try to figure stuff out in before the sun goes supernova. I thought that was really, really genius. I've never seen that before. Yeah, it's just very, 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 very innovative, as Jamie likes to say. Very innovative.
That's my word, man. Innovation Station.
Yes, sir. Oh man, yeah. No, it's definitely going to be an interesting year, I think, for games. I think with everything going on with the virus and all that stuff, people working from home, it's going to be a very, very slow bleed, I think, and especially with everything else going on right now and with the Black Lives Matters, it's definitely going to, I think, affect releases and how long things take to get out. It's hard to say. Like, you want everything to be cool, so everything will move forward, but at the same time, it's like they can't be.
Oh yeah. So besides Outer Wilds, what you been grinding on, Teach? Anything else?
Just rocking Rocket League with you and Call of Duty, really. And
you been on Call of Duty? You been playing more TDM or?
Yeah, I jumped into a few games of Warzone the other day. Me and Ty jumped into a couple of games. But it's extremely sweaty right now. I think everybody's rushing to try and complete their battle passes and everything. And there's just a lot of, camping in corners, and it's like, just seems like TDM right now is the place to be.
Play a little bit of kill confirm, make people run.
Yeah, I mean, I finished my battle pass on it, so I'm not really worried about all that. But
I'm just saying, a great situation is Rust or Shipment rocking satchel or shrapnel with 2 bouncing betties and a gas grenade. Everything else is just fun. But as long as you spawn and you throw that shit out real quick, you die. But
spawn and drop.
But then you
spawn, throw, and drop.
After death. And then you spawn again, and then you get another kill, and it still counts about the after death. And then you throw another set of them. It's like, come get me, bitches. You can't kill me. I'll kill myself. That shit's so fun.
I can't stand that
Rust.
I'm so done with Shipment.
I like how Rust is the only game on there that makes you feel like you're playing King of the Hill. And that's what they should have just
really
called that game. Was that board was King of the Hill, because that's all it is. If you're not on top, you're on the bottom. Which goes back to, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Which is why we're gonna get T-shirts made that say that. Dude, it's gonna be awesome for the middle-aged gaming. But TDM. Playing that, it almost makes me want to go down a search and destroy. Or is it destroy in this one? It's not reschedule. It's search and destroy.
Search and rescue was the other one that we really liked.
I really liked search and rescue.
That was a fun mode. I wish they would bring that mode back, because you had a bit of strategy to it, but you could also bring your guys. You could actually rescue your teammate. Yeah,
well, it was like search and destroy with kill confirmed. But if you picked up the tag or whatever, you're picking up your homeboy. Like, I love that. Yeah. But this new game, it's almost got me wanting to play hardcore search, because if you're going to play search, You want to see that shit, man. You want to get as into it as you can. You want it to be all quiet. You're gonna have to rock that dead silence,
Oh yeah.
and I don't. You're gonna have to rock all kinds of stuff, which I don't. Gotta have a crossbow just to be a dick, which I don't.
No, it's
So we're talking game modes. Whatever happened to capture the flag? Is that even a thing anymore?
domination. I guess it's not really the same. I think they replaced it with domination a while ago, and then stopped putting out capture the flag. They do once in a while as a limited game mode.
Okay.
On, I forget which one it was. One of them they had it for a little while as a limited game mode. Want to say it
'cause
was
we kinda-
the Advanced Warfare, I think.
We had
Pretty
kind of
sure it
had
was one of
figured
the
out that
jetpack
strategy.
ones.
You kind of needed 2 runners or 2 or 3 runners, but the
Yeah.
one who first gets the flag, you're not the one who's going to take it all the way.
No. You're just a passer to get it out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you had
The,
you had to have a strategy on that one. It was
I think
that
it
was
was.
a fun game. I liked that one.
I think it was Advanced Warfare, the one with the really fast jump packs. I think that was the one that had capture the flag on it. At least the
That
last
would
one
make
that I
sense.
remember. At least the last one that I remember playing it.
You always had to play that mode so you get your Nikes.
Yeah, well, that was the thing is I think I
Lightweight
played.
Pro.
I think that I think Advanced Warfare was the only one that I actually played a lot more game modes in. Like I actually played more of the game modes, whereas like these ones, the run and gun ones, I usually just kind of stick to kill confirm, TDM, domination. I don't really do hard point. I don't really do a lot of those other game modes, just because it's usually you're teaming up with people. I can't carry a team, you know. Like I need people with me.
Oh yeah,
So
that's my problem at Warzone. I can't carry nobody.
that's the tough thing. You need a lot. You need a coordinated team.
Can't carry a note.
Yeah. It's just difficult, you know, especially in Warzone now. I mean they've nerfed the RPGs a little bit, so there's a little bit less spam of that. But now there's new meta out where you're running around with the trophy systems to counter that. So people are putting them on like top of the choppers and just flying up to the top.
Yeah, but we used to do that on other game modes, so this is not really a.
No, but it wasn't really something that was prominent in Warzone. But now
I did
people are
that in
taking them.
the Black Ops version of the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That wasn't really, nobody really thought to do that at first. I don't know why. And it just recently started becoming like all of a sudden now everybody's doing it. I think it's mostly because of streamers, because they put it out. They've been doing it a lot on their streams. That's where a lot of these trends come from. These streamers get upset with people using C4 to blow up vehicles and rockets, when it's usually because they're doing it in front of 20,000 people on their stream, and they're like, all those people are like, oh, I can do that, all right. And then it's used against them, and then 2 streams later they're like, why is everybody doing this? Well, because you showed everybody how to do it, man. What do you expect? You showed it was super effective to use C4s, because when it first came out, nobody used it. You saw a vehicle,
throwing like
ran.
C4 on the choppers and just letting them take off with it. Just so
I've been doing that a
them.
lot. Oh, I sit and I get C4s. I'll throw it on a vehicle and I'll wait and I'll camp that vehicle. If I know somebody's around, if I'm using UAV and I know somebody's coming, I'll put it on a vehicle that's just away from them, that's between them and the zone. Put a C4 on it and sit in the bush and wait. Right, where are you? Click.
Yeah.
I'm a dick. It's like, fuck it. Can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, it's just like the people who get the free kills.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I just
I was trying to see if I could find any information on it. I'm swinging and missing, but dude, how dope would it be to have prop hunt?
Prop hunt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Dude, come on, that would be the nail in the coffin. They'd be calling it APAT what? And
Yeah.
they'd be calling it, pub who?
Well, Apex has been having a lot of problems lately too with cheaters.
They're not doing a 2-step verification or whatever like Call of Duty.
Well, it's more along the lines of it's not in the tournaments. Well, the people in what was it? Was it Apex? There was a game recently that had some cheaters in not the finals, not like an actual money tournament, but it was in one of the preliminaries setting up the qualifiers. And these professionals have cheated to get into to beat the qualifiers, which kind of sucks because all the teams that they beat now aren't eligible to play because somebody cheated, So they need to. I think they need to redo the qualifiers and redo it. But Apex has a problem with like the top guys in the ranked mode are joining on this video, like actual video of this, of joining up together in ranked and keeping people and teaming up on other people so that they keep their spot in ranked, so they get invited to all the Apex events and all this stuff and still get all the benefits of being up at the very top. So they I don't know what they did with those guys. There was 2 guys that were doing it, and they if I can remember off the top of my head. There's a story about 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha. While you're looking at that, do any of you guys stream at all, or not at all?
I haven't been. I want to get back into it.
You guys, are any of you guys planning on getting into it at all, or probably not? Just chilling. Just curious. I'm just curious. I know. I set up Twitch because we were playing on the PlayStation, and it was so easy to use it on there. But the Xbox, you kind of got to backdoor it, but it'll still work. But I don't like set up my camera or none of that stuff because I'm too lazy for that.
I actually did the other day when I was doing it. I set it up just to test it out. Worked pretty good.
Gotcha. Besides Call of Duty. All right. Besides Call of Duty, if you were streaming a game that you want to show anyone and everyone that you're a bad mother, I'll shut my mouth on. One game besides Call of Duty, what would it be, Pip? Past, present, future makes no difference.
How about
One
some
game.
Tropica? I mean, that's pretty impressive. We can make a whole island turn against you. So
Yeah.
I'll say that's pretty awesome.
I think watching somebody stream that game must be probably like watching a movie because there's so much going on.
It probably isn't the most entertaining movie, though, either, because you're just sitting there watching stuff get built.
I would love to watch someone play Subnautica, but not just the streamer out there. But I'd like to watch one of my friends stream it, and then I could have a conversation with them while they're doing it. Like.
I see why he brings this up.
Just asking for a friend. I mean, if you can figure out how to set up a microphone or anything, or maybe a video camera. I mean, just hypothetically, if you could do that.
Just a what if scenario.
No, I do.
I mean,
get
why
on
don't you
there.
go ahead and talk about Subnautica there a little bit, Ross? I mean, I told you about it, but I haven't even played it or nothing.
No,
I just saw some little bit of awesomeness about it.
Oh my goodness! Well, you could check it out on the last podcast when we talked about it. Next question. No kidding. No, it's Subnautica. Pretty awesome game from what I got to play. I told him last week when I played the intro of it. I swam from the beginning to like the submarine or something. The graphics were great. Everything about it looked really cool. But that's all the story that I know.
Previously on Middle Aged Gaming.
Yeah. I want to go back to his question before. I thought it was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good question.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna go with the original Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
The original Super Nintendo. I would just stream Rainbow Road, man, because I had that down to where I think I said it in the last podcast. I had it down. I don't know if you guys were familiar with the power slide that you can do in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So somebody showed me how to do the power slide. It completely changed the game for me. Completely changed the game. So Rainbow Road, if you know the timing and you know the map, well, first of all, Rainbow Road narrow track, and if you touch the side, you fall off.
Yep.
So there were a couple times where I was able to complete it without having to hit the brake at all and get through the thing. So it would be like power slide. So I would hit the speed boost thing. It like jump you up in the air, and then like you time it to where like while you're in the air you do the power slide. So like you actually take like a 90-degree turn in the air while you're like hauling ass and land. And, yeah, I remember we used to play it when I was up at Northern Illinois University, and I mean we had a whole crew, and people would be like, dude, play Rainbow Road, man, play Rainbow Road, and they just sit there and watch and be like, dude, how are you doing this? I'm like,
That's awesome.
I don't know, man, just done it so many times. So yeah, that would be mine, man. I used to wreck that.
That's awesome. What about you, TJ?
There's so many that go through my head. I mean, the
That's great. Now pick one.
it's so difficult.
I'm just kidding.
So difficult.
I'll give you 1 second to think about it. And
Yeah,
I'll go. So if I were to stream one game, past, present, future, that I used to feel like a pretty badass at for a long time, I would have to say is Titanfall 2 for me, because I enjoyed the sliding, the jumping, I enjoyed the calling in the Titans, doing all the badass stuff. Like before it would, like when you were in the Ronin Titan or whatever, that was like the samurai one. Right before you die, it shoots you up in the air before it blows up or whatever. So while you're up in the air and you're like looking around and you're shooting people, trying not to die, throwing arc grenades and frag grenades and shit down to the ground to hit people and to hit other Titans. And then at the same time, your Titan's about to blow up to kill everything around you, kind of like Diva does in Overwatch. But doing all that was badass. But what I was playing as Ion Titan, I used to love, I'd stick my shield out and collect all these bullets, and then I'd shoot them all back at people. They'd go up in the air, and then I'd just do my little straight shot, and I'd just crank them midair. I have a 3-minute montage that I can find on my Xbox somewhere, and I can post it for you guys. And it's about 2 to 3 minutes of me teabagging people after I killed them very disgracefully in that game in my Titan.
A Titan teabag, huh?
A Titan teabag.
Oh man.
So for me, if I was streaming the game, then that's a game that I would have loved to do. Now, what about you, TJ?
If you're going back, I'd have to say like F-Zero.
Yeah.
That game was for the time it was so fast. It's a tie between F-Zero and Sonic 2.
Oh, I used to play the hell out of some Sonic.
You could run through that whole level of Sonic 2 if you knew the level well enough and not stop.
Yeah, I used to like Sonic and Tails. I would sit there and play that so much. My brother would actually come home. He'd be like, "Hey, will you just beat that real quick for me?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, just take like 30 minutes to beat that for me real quick." I'm like, all right. Sit there watching play.
You're like, I got you, fam.
That was the first system that I ever bought myself. Was the Sega. It was the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, the Sega Genesis is the same here.
Yeah.
My mom after the Nintendo, my mom and dad was like, "No, if you ever want another one, it's on you."
Yep.
So
so that was the first system I ever bought with my own money, and completely with my own money, I should say. And it was definitely Sonic was an awesome one. F-Zero was way back. I mean, that was a Super Nintendo. That was a blast just to play in general. I mean,
for me, I guess the most entertaining game I would play that I would stream, other than like Tropico, because that would have been boring as hell, would have been Need for Speed Underground.
Ooh.
I
used to play that all the time.
What was that Need for Speed? Hot Pursuit? Is that
Hot Pursuit was
one
one
too? Yeah,
that was
sure.
a really good one.
I
just
remember
got the
grinding
remastered of Paradise City, the Burnout series.
Oh yeah.
Paradise City. They just did a remaster. I just bought the remaster of it because I loved that soundtrack.
Hello,
on that.
we just bought. Just want to make sure it's half mine. Okay, thank you. That's called custody. But
Is that how that works?
But they had Need for Speed, Burnout, or Hot Pursuit. I remember me and my buddies used to play that a lot.
Yeah, that was
because that was the one where you would have the horn and all that other stuff. Like it was just a crazy game.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I don't remember if it was that game or one of that time. Gosh, it's been so long. But I remember you got all kinds of mad points for just going and creating as much havoc and damage as you could by like going right into a board, smashing everything up real quick, and it just tallied up all the points. What the hell game was it? It was kind of like
I actually have that game on my old Xbox. I'm trying to think what it is.
yeah, you know,
Sure, it wasn't Burnout. Burnout was the one where you crashed. You got points for damage done to wiping out other guys,
Like
for wrecking other cars.
no, it was like a
for
whole
near
mode.
misses. You got.
It was a whole mode of just destroying everything.
You drove as fast as you could.
Yeah.
You launched yourself into a thing to see how. Yeah.
Was that Need for Speed? No.
No, I don't think it was.
No.
No, I don't think it was. I think I can't remember what it was.
Where's my
to be
mouse
honest with you. I
Right.
can't remember what that was for, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and you got points for how much stuff you destroyed. So depending on how many vehicles.
Kind of like Tony Hawk and all that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see those?
With the remake they're doing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be freaking awesome.
Dude, that looks.
He was
good.
he was on Rogan not too long
Yeah, he
ago
was.
talking about it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was 17 or
14.
14 when he started
Yeah.
doing that. He started doing skateboarding and becoming popular. Bought a house
But-
at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Because his father was like, you should probably invest your money a little bit, maybe get some property. It's like, fuck, man. Jesus.
I am excited for that. Was it Last of Us 2, Part 2?
Yeah, would they have 20 minutes of gameplay they did on that?
I didn't get to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
It looks pretty good. I haven't played the first one, but it's so many good games. It's just so hard.
Of all the zombie games I've played, I think that was probably been like the best storyline of them all, and like best gameplay of them. It was really such a good game.
Yeah, it's there was a bunch of stuff I guess that was leaked from it as well by somebody earlier than the actual gameplay footage. I think that's why they did the gameplay footage. Was because
They've been pushing it back for like 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like it was definitely worth it. I would honestly, I'm okay with them pushing release dates back rather than doing, because they do crunch, and the crunch just kills the creativity of developers. You know, they don't having to do. I mean, I understand there's some crunch at the end of a cycle of a game, but some of these companies rely on, like Bethesda, they're relying on crunch now. They're like relying on the magic of crunch, that it's gonna make their game great. You know, and it just doesn't work out that way all the time. You know, I mean, take Anthem for instance. You know, they were hoping on that magic at the end of it, and it just didn't manifest at all.
Which is a bummer. I mean, I do like that game.
I like the new guy who's the head of it, the head of the new the reboot team. So I think they're going to take their time. I don't think it's going to be out by the end of this year. I think it's going to be later than that.
I got you.
But it's definitely, I want them to take their time with it, because there is a lot of potential in that game, especially if they put in like a PvP mode. Can you imagine a good PvP mode with that? With some actual customization, like real customization options, you know, different weapons. I think they could make a really good competitor to Destiny if they get the right team behind it.
So should I change our names on here to our Activision accounts? No, I'm just kidding. Only because it's funny because of Cheers. My man. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the names. It's like, oh, dude, that's so funny. They were like, party of two for liquor.
The name of a liquor store.
Oh, God bless America.
Bowl of liquors.
It's the Balls. It's the Balls liquor store.
The ball.
It's a family store.
The Ball family.
It's been handed down from centuries.
Well, yeah, they just opened up because they went green in the county.
They did. This is true.
Oh, geez, it's awesome. Yeah, I think back at old Call of Duty, and I think about, you know, everybody talking smack and just big giant lobbies of everybody just throwing down and having a good time. Guys, it definitely doesn't happen like that anymore.
That's back though in this one. If you go out of into game chat in this one, into TDM, you get a lot of people that are like maybe not the whole lobby like it used to be, but it's definitely like a good half of the other team is over there talking shit. You know, you always
and the thing that's
and then
really
I always go in and go, even when you're camping in your fucking corner all game, you still lost, motherfucker.
Yeah, the shit talking is crazy lately on there.
I get a little heated sometimes, and I'm
like you said, I realized I was definitely a middle-aged, older school gamer when the game's over and everybody's sitting there going, GG, GG, GG. I was like, what the? Oh, good game. Got it. Dumbass.
Everybody's too lazy to say good game, so.
But it takes the same amount of syllables.
See, but back in the day,
you're not saving any time.
Back in the day, what did we used to all say? Good shit, man. Good shit. Good shit, man. Good shit. Now they're like, GG. GG. Like, no, it's fucking Sprang,
you just
bro.
hear,
Didn't you
you're
read
trash. You're trash. I hear that a lot. You're trash.
Yeah.
You're trash.
Oh,
you're trash.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Aren't you on the bottom like 4 and 12? What do you?
Yeah, the guy that went 12. The guy that went 12 and 12 when he was camping the whole time. Like, dude, how do you have 12 deaths when you're camping the whole time?
Yeah.
Trash. Like,
because they're ADS down their sights at a window, and I come up behind them.
They're like, hey, guy with the red hat. It was rocking the M4. Yeah.
I like this.
You're trash.
Like to scratch their balls before I shoot them in the back of the head.
It's like, all right, well, you can take your little non-essential ass fucking back to sleep there, kid.
Back to the lobby, buddy.
No, but it makes it a lot of fun. It is nice to play games and, you know, just be in the melting pot of gamers again. I think about how Ron had to feel because Ron was a little bit older, and Ron would always be like, man. He'd always be like, man, I got to take care of this, take care of that. And we'd be like, oh, come on, Ron. He's like, man, I'm older than you guys. I
got shit to
yeah, he
do.
was in his 30s when we was in our 20s.
Yeah. He you know, but he would throw it down when he was able to. And I always think of that, like, so this is how Romulus felt.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to text him like at 9 o'clock in the morning, like, "Come on, motherfucker, get on." He'd
be like, "Already been on."
Ready. I got kids to get ready.
gotta get
what
the
you
kids
mean?
ready,
What
man.
you mean? He says, "I ain't even been to bed yet. Let's go."
We're still playing. God. It's round 2, motherfucker.
So to go back to what you had said at the beginning there, TJ, an introduction of sorts for Mr. Pip here, Justin Pip, my man. So I've played video games with all you guys with the longest with Pip. I think it was like a day, 2 days before that or whatever. I met Pip, and then of course I didn't really know everybody, but I met Pip, and then I met Rasta, and then I kept playing with Snoring Junkies at the time, and then finally one day I was like, is there 2 people using that account? Because I noticed there was 2 complete different voices, you know. And then
2 different play styles.
He's like, yeah, he said, that's my roommate. I'm like,
Jake.
Oh, Bags, my man.
Bags.
Dude, you should tell him to check it out sometime, say what's up. But I remember it took me a while to figure that out. But yeah, I started playing with Pip a lot. And then when on Xbox 360, Rasta was busy doing other things, and TJ was well, who cares? Me and Pip, we was throwing down. Then I felt so bad because he'd be like, "I got this PlayStation." All right, okay. So he just had this PlayStation because he got it to play like baseball or something. And
just to play MLB The Show
because he could. And
well, that's when I moved down here, though. That's when I moved to the lake.
So it was funny because we were playing 360, and then Black Ops 3 came out, and we were like, all right, we're going to get it. And then we got it. They stripped all the good, like anything good about that game, they stripped it on before release. And then on release, we're like playing it. We're trying to muster through it. And we're playing it for like a couple of days. And I come home from work, and my Xbox 360 will not turn on.
Oh, God, yeah.
I felt like a dagger was going through my heart. I thought I was gonna cry. I called my sister, and I'm like, Deb, I'm like, I feel like I lost my best friend. Like right now, it's just me living by myself here in the apartment. I'm like, my Xbox died. I'm also in the process of trying to buy a house. I'm trying to take care of all kinds of shit. And I'm like, dude, I cannot afford anything right now. So I took a deep breath and I said, all right, well, you know what? I'm just going to take this money. I know if I take it out of this account, I can put it back in there in like 11 days and it'll be fine. So I took the money out and I went and I bought an Xbox One because I'm like, I'm getting an Xbox One. Goddamn right. So I tell Pip, I'm like, I got an Xbox One. He's like, I'm going to be playing my PlayStation now. Fuck. all right, well, whatever. That's cool, whatever. So, that's cool, whatever. And then Rasta, I'm like, hey, Rasta, you should get an Xbox One. He said, well, I don't know what I'm going to get yet. I'm like, you should get an Xbox One. You should get an Xbox One. And then Justin sends me a fucking text with a smiley face and said, Rasta got a PS4. I'm like, these motherfuckers. All right. So then some months later, I ended up going out and get a PlayStation 4 so I could jam with my boys. Now, that same PlayStation's in my daughter's room, which is why I haven't played it because I'm not even going to fight the kid for it because I'm going to lose. Like,
well, just remember, it wasn't just me at the time that, told Rasta to get the PS4. That's when we used to always still play with One Girl Army, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah, and we were all playing with her and her friend or whatever, that like we had the squad mate or whatever. Squat mate, whatever. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember he just started playing with us, and it was fun because we were winning a lot of games.
We had a huge team back then of people.
Yeah, we did. A lot of people. We had quite a crew going even on PS4.
Yeah, Dank was pretty huge when like the first few Call of Duties. Dank was getting big.
Oh yeah, man. We had to like initiate people in basically, and
I mean,
everybody would come and look in. Everybody'd size them up. Like, who's this motherfucker trying to tread up in here?
Yeah. I mean, I remember having people like talk smack to me, and I'm like, do you not know who I am? I'm one of the creators of Dank, motherfucker.
I do remember that. They'd be like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Well, do you have to get such a certain score? And I'm like, yeah. And they'd be like, well, Lost doesn't. It's like, yeah, well, that's because I'm not here for that. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You're fined. Yeah, we always had at least three people waiting.
No, I used to rape
to
that,
jump
man.
in.
Like that was the thing is, no matter what group of people you went in with, because we had so many players at the time, we had like a squad and a half, sometimes 2 full squads, and we would just take everybody, we would split up into 2 different games and go, 2 different rooms and just go.
Yep.
But it didn't matter who you were playing because we as a team would always just wreck shop.
Oh, yeah.
We were the shop wreckers, and those times were so much fun. Nowadays, we have a potential to be able to have that again. Out of any of the Call of Duties and all of the other games, now is the most potential to be able to do that. But it's like we all know what it takes to really do that and to get that grind. And then it's like, well, I got
that time to grind no more.
Exactly.
I got other people in my life to take care of now. Like. That's why we're middle-aged gamers. I will get in there and I will fuck you up, boy. You be yelling, GG. And then when I hear my old lady, it's bedtime.
But I gotta be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Because I'm the man of my motherfucking house. Yeah, you heard me.
I gotta be in bed by 9, so let's do this now.
I gotta be at work at 8 in the morning. I need my sleep.
I gotta be up at 4 a.m. So let's go.
Like, oh man, I got a case of energy drinks because they had a Call of Duty code in it. Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, how'd you get the code out? Pour them all out. Oh, why'd you do that? Oh, because I needed them to stay awake all night. Oh, you dumb motherfucker. People go to like the Walmarts and they would like scan all the codes on the boxes and stuff. It was so dumb. It was so dumb when they did it like that.
Man, I had like 5 cases of fucking Mountain Dew. I didn't even drink Mountain Dew.
You're like, Yeah.
That was the grind, though, man. It was always
Yeah,
so
I didn't even drink Mountain Dew.
involved.
Double XP.
So
Yeah.
involved.
Get to that Code Red Mountain Dew.
Oh,
Yeah.
that Code
Oh,
Red,
God.
the
That
orange
stuff would
ones.
rot
like,
your
oh.
insides. It was so
Yeah.
bad.
But it kept you up all night, not because of the energy boost, but from the heartburn.
Yeah.
Oh, those times
It
were
was
so fun.
It was so bad.
And the doctors blamed it all on my tequila. It was all that fucking Code Red.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. We had talked a little bit about how we've all met up one way or another in real life at this point, which is pretty awesome. When we were riding around and driving, listening to all the music, Pip was driving me and Ross around. We were just hanging out, like windows down. We're all shooting the shit, fucking like driving by bridges and shit. Like right out, like you might watch the left. Then it became like it was a game, you know. Oh, that was so much fun.
It's like, here, let me show you Hannibal real quick. I got 10 minutes to kill.
Yeah. Man, that was some pretty awesome times. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I plan on getting to play some more Call of Duty this week. I've been playing Rocket League. I even played right before I jumped on here. Last week, I also had band practice on Saturday with my band because we haven't played in like a month and a half, and I had to go through and get everything finished, moving around, set up for up here. But it was really cool. Got to really jam and really feel like there was hope for our band to do anything. But then I'm like, damn, I've been really wasting this time that I've had available to jam on my Xbox, but now, so we're going to be back to playing here, not all the time, but my grind is going to be a little bit differently. But now that I've knocked out my studio and got it all done, I have more time. So yeah, Call of Duty. I definitely plan on grinding on that quite a bit. Probably team deathmatch. I know the Warzone's fun, but
Oh yeah.
if I play it all the time and I don't play it in moderation, I get super bored. I get super frustrated. Plunder, I love Plunder. But it seems like every time you get on there, it's either you can play it with 3 people, or you can play it with 4 people, or you can play it with 2 people. It's like, dude, I want it to remain one damn way. So every time I go play that game, I know what to expect.
Keep it quads. Just keep it quads.
Well, they've now got solos, duos, trios, and quads in Warzone now. Finally, so you can actually have like any type of game mode, really. I think Plunder is still trios right now.
Plunder's my favorite.
It was on quads last.
Yeah, it's
quads.
Quads the other day.
Now. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to do like that many game modes. I mean, I'm glad they do something else with Warzone, but I mean, it's hard to do too many different game mode options because then you're splitting all your customer base essentially.
Just do a battle royale prop hunt. That's all we need to do. 150 items hiding.
Sweet.
Oh man!
Oh,
yeah. Down to the last person.
One of the leaked things that they showed, in PUBG, where when you put the bandages on,
my mind is so blown.
You have the bandages that you put on PUBG. How you do that motion? There was a leak of somebody that was trying to put shields on, and they vaulted something or something. And then the animation for that style of bandage came up, and this guy saw the bandages in his hand, and he was going around his arm like this. So I don't know if that was the original way they were going to do health regen. Instead of doing the automatic health regen, you were going to have to bandage up.
Yeah.
And then they took it out, or if that's something
that's
going to be. Or
I believe at first that was something that they were going to do.
Yeah, I don't know, but it seems like there might be something that they bring because it wouldn't still. I don't think it'd still be in the game files.
No. If I remember correctly, because I was really watching that game before they dropped it, and originally I am almost 100% certain that's how they were going to do, because they were showing like some gameplay and different trailers, and if you remember in the beta, I believe you had to do that.
I don't remember.
No,
not the beta for Call of Duty, for Warzone.
Right.
I don't think there was a beta. Was there a beta for Warzone? No.
I think so.
Was there?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
For
They
Warzone,
just-
I
they
think
just released
Warzone's
that.
still in its beta mode.
Yeah, I think
Like,
technically it's still in beta.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's still
No,
in beta.
I'm pretty sure it was Modern Warfare's beta. It was
be
good
right back.
there.
Oh, really?
Obviously,
Maybe it's a holdover from that. Maybe it's somebody just posted it online, the clip, and I saw it, and I was like, holy crap! I thought maybe they were going to do like a special mode or something, try something out, see if it's a different mechanic rather than auto health regen. That you actually had to do like bandages and stuff like that, which I think would be would add another level. But there's so many people in it. I think that 150 is too much. I think that they need to bring down the count. Honestly, I think they need to do like 100-player mode, like they do with Plunder. You know. Give people a little more time to breathe and get set up. You know.
I like the skins that they do in this in this Call of Duty for the vehicles. I thought that was a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll be riding around, and depending on whatever they have, whoever jumps in the vehicle changes it. I'm very surprised that I don't see more things. I feel like you don't really see a whole lot of blingy extra stuff in this new Call of Duty yet. Maybe yet. I think all the other ones you remember, golden guns, doing this and doing that. You want to be like the flashiest player with like the flashiest colors and stuff. In a way, that's good that they don't do that in this one.
It's harder to get those in this. A gold gun is a little bit harder to get.
Yeah. They used to always have like the guns with all the like the neon lights and stuff.
Well, now they've got like Damascus is like the next highest above gold, and then there's one other. Obsidian is the next one after that, where it's pretty much just black. But they're a lot more difficult. There's a lot more time needed to get them than I think it used to be in any of the other Call of Duties. Because I remember at least one Call of Duty where I had a decent amount of gold guns. I forget which one it was. It was one of the ones with Prestige still in it.
What was that? What was the multiplayer in Destiny 2 that we started playing?
Prison of Elders.
Yeah.
That was
Elders.
That was fun.
That was fun. Destiny 1.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't have that in Destiny 2.
They had the Crucible in it.
Crucible.
Yeah.
That was Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like Forsaken release or whatever.
Yeah, they added the.
With the four teams of 4, and then you had to kill the big guy at the end, and yeah.
Yeah, and then there was straight PvP, wasn't there? I think too.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
I think they added that as well. Yeah, there was a couple different modes.
You had to collect all the lights.
Mm-hmm.
You had to collect the lights and stuff and then deposit them.
Yep.
Yeah, those orbs.
Yeah,
that's the one I was talking about. That was the one I liked a lot playing Destiny.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind getting back into Destiny. I really.
That's cross-platform now, ain't it? You guys know.
I'll look it up.
So.
I know this is really nice being able to do this for a change, ain't it?
Pretty sure it is.
So we're like, so it's not.
Nah.
No?
No plans to make a cross-platform either, according to...
Oh, yeah. Shack News. Yeah.
Yeah, Shack News, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Shaq Fu?
Exactly.
It's a game that could probably benefit from cross-platform a lot, I think.
Shaq Fu, yeah, definitely.
Fu, yeah. Did you ever play, crap, now I'm not going to remember the name of it. It had all the, had all the rappers fight,
Def Jam. Yeah.
I loved that game, man. It was such a great game. It was so in depth compared for what you think it was going to be.
Good graphics back then.
Yeah, it was really good graphics, really cool moves. Everybody had unique style and moves, and it was fairly in depth. I mean, especially for the roster of characters they had. It was. I used to. That was that split screen one. You know what I mean? Or not split screen, but couch co-op type game that I liked playing. back in the day.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where like one of the first games that like were interactive, like with the items.
With the
That are,
environments.
yeah, with the environment and stuff
Yeah.
like that, where you can pick
Yep.
up stuff and throw and stuff
Yeah,
like
that was that was some good memories with that game. Just getting high and playing that.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
So it says, what games are currently cross-platform? They're the best ones for playing with your friends or whatever. They say Fortnite, Rocket League, Minecraft, Chess Ultra, Ark Survival, but that one's PC and Xbox. Trailblazers, Dauntless, Sea of Thieves between PC, Xbox One, Tooth and Nail. That one's not on Xbox. That's an interesting looking game. Let me go back up to Rocket League real quick. Now I'm curious to see. That's why I was looking up to see if it was. Yeah, it says it's cross-platform between Xbox One, Switch, PC, and PS4. Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah. If that's true, I'll look into that one. I'll let you guys know for sure. Do you guys use Venmo or any of those cash apps?
No, I don't.
Venmo I have now.
I just signed up for Venmo today. Anyways, let's see here. Yeah, that Rocket League. I know that game's been fun for me, just because it's kind of like soccer. It's like hockey. It's all got all that sports aspect of it. RPGs I've always enjoyed. I might not dig into them like other people have or other people do, but I do enjoy them nonetheless. I was always really into like playing games like Tomb Raider. I loved playing the original Tomb Raider in them.
Second one was my favorite. What was the second one with the dinosaur that chased you? The random dinosaur in a cave? Or was that the first one?
I think it might
That
have
been the first one.
Yeah.
There's like a random dinosaur in a cave. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm just trying to look up this information here about crossplay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's saying that it does do that under their support page, support.rocketleague.com. How do I play with a friend that is on a different platform? They give you the directions on how to do it.
Oh, nice.
Seems fairly
Yeah, it
fairly
says
easy.
here, go to main menu, select options, select the gameplay tab, check the cross-platform play box.
All right, got a new game to play.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. I'm not sure, I'm sure it's like right now on the Xbox, it's like $15-16.
Yeah, I think $20 or $15, something like that. It's cheap.
But if you want something that's really gonna really dig into in quick spurts, that game is pretty stupid. Do you spend more time in between matches decking out your ride than you do with the game, because there's so many like little satellites and shit. After this podcast, if you want, I'm going to stream Rocket League for a while before I go to bed. If anybody wants to, check it out and see what it is, it's going to be twitch.tv/Sprangboro. Session.
Ooh.
Ooh. That was fun, man. What a good day we had Sunday. That was a really good session. Makes me really, really excited about the next one. But yeah, that's what led us to where we are now with MAG, is that we had to get a little bit deeper into some of the games that we really enjoy, and without any type of a restriction or a governor. I'm surprised that nobody's been talking that I game with. Out of all of the people on my gaming list, I see one person is playing Phantasy Star Online. I believe PS4 did it just release, or is it going to be soon? I can't remember, but I know that it's already open to go on PS or Xbox.
Yep. I played it a little bit on Xbox already.
What'd you think?
It was okay.
It It was a blast for the past. The game.
Yeah, I mean, it was nostalgia, but I don't know, just maybe not enough for me to want to really dive back into it again.
Jerry, did you get into much Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts?
No, I never got into Kingdom Hearts. I know that that's a very, very, very popular title. Just
Awesome,
just
man.
Final Fantasy series.
What about Smash Brothers Melee? Did you guys ever
Very
play that?
small. Just playing it with other on other people's systems. No, I never got it myself.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun. I remember me and my buddy Mick and Brad, Joe, we used to play that. We had a pretty good time playing that. But we all started, Halo, man. Halo is what really – that's when everybody's multiplayer gaming kind of went into a little bit higher of a gear. And I play Call of Duty now like Halo with a pistol a lot because it gives it that quick gameplay. But that's what we had talked about, me and TJ. We were saying how when you go in and you play Modern Warfare Team Deathmatch like Halo, it's a lot of fun because it's fast, it's this and that. Well, it is accurate, but it's inaccurate. When you play Halo 5 compared to playing Call of Duty, you're like, damn, Call of Duty is way smoother. Call of Duty is so much more
Snappier.
So I wonder how Halo 6 is going to be. I know that they're probably not going to deter from their roots a whole lot, but I am curious to see what their graphics are going to be for the new game, even on those new systems. The Xbox Series X or whatever, 10.
Yeah, Series X, yeah.
Because if you look at Halo 5, that was released, like 2016, I think, right? Let me look. Halo 5 release.
Longer than that.
October 27th, 2015. So that game is 5 years old almost. And look at the graphics, the way that they compare to gaming even now. It is great. Like, they really did a great job visually. That's how I felt when I was playing that Horizon Zero Dawn. When you first start playing that game, the water, everything, you're just like, holy shit. And so many times Jerry would text me to get on, and then I would jump on or join his party, and he's just like, oh my God, this dinosaur, blah, 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 going on. I was just like, wow. And then I would see it, like video of it. I was like, oh my God, the gameplay is so ridiculously good. I watched gameplay the other day for NHL 2020, and I haven't played it. I played the beta, and that was it. Just kind of wanted to sit this one out. Even though I should have got it. Well, I figured at the same time, Call of Duty had just dropped, so we were trying to play that, and then we were playing some other stuff, and then I was playing like Overwatch and all that, so I just never really was able to put in the time that's necessary.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, I mean, but the graphics and everything looks just ridiculously good. I haven't played a baseball game in probably 15, 20 years, so I can't even imagine how their graphics are holding up now.
They're pretty awesome, actually. I love like the MLB, the show. I mean, that's the whole reason why I bought the PS4, because of that game. It's so great. Yeah, the mechanics on that's pretty awesome. I haven't bought a new one though since I think 2015, but that's the same reason why I don't buy like new football games or anything. It seems like they don't change as much anymore every year. It's almost like you say, copy and paste, and just moving players to different teams and just giving them new ratings.
It's kind of like we were talking about last week about what's the point of even prestiging if you don't really get a strong enough payout for it. Like, what's the point of staying with the game every year when they're all pretty much the same? They give you the same kind of crap. They give you the same kind of drop in your loot. What's it like? What do we as gamers, middle-aged gamers, if you will, what would we like to see in Call of Duty that we think that would just take it over the top? For me, I would say prop hunt. Obviously, that would make the Call of Duty great. I would like to see some of the skins be more oriented to certain things. as cheesy as it might sound, when I was playing Titanfall 2, I got like a Mountain Dew theme for my Ion Titan at this thing I got. Plus, we had gotten skin packs rather than buying this skin or that skin or earning this skin. It was $5, and you got like 20, 30 different skins all at one time. And it unlocked all the way across the board. I don't know why, but when I played Titanfall, I really liked that. It was like one small price, bam, you got all them skins, and then. But I like seeing some of the kind of sponsor-ish.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I know that people, like we as a community, are what ruined custom logos, but
Yeah.
why can't we, as a whole
Yeah,
community?
that's fair.
I mean, what, you didn't like the swastikas and the penises and stuff?
The community of 12-year-olds with boobs in there.
But why could you not do like a color scheme
Boobs
on
and
your
penises, all of
guns?
this stuff.
A color scheme. A color scheme.
Yeah.
You know, like I know somebody would love to rock like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers colors. I know one guy who would probably like to flaunt the Kansas City Chiefs, America's greatest team, their colors. And then there would be two other guys that don't give a shit. No, I'm kidding. But I would like to be able to see more customizable things like that, where you could adjust maybe your gun skins a little bit cooler, or have cooler looking gun skins. I just don't feel that the skins that you even are earning for Call of Duty right now, they don't inspire me to want to grind harder.
Well, the blueprints are so difficult. You got to jump through so many hoops just to get a blueprint, you know, and they're not that different than what you can essentially make. As you go and you unlock everything, you can essentially make every single blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just by doing it, you can get that set up.
I got
You want the gun to actually look different, like have a different, you know, a dramatic different pattern on it or something like that. If you're going to be going through all the trouble of a blueprint, I mean, there's 9 steps in some of these blueprints, 10 steps.
Now,
yeah, I mean, they kind of like did that in World War II, where like you would unlock a different gun. Like it was the same gun, but it was a whole different scheme. Like the sidebar, but like I had a gold skull head on it or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah.
And stuff, and it was different colors and stuff.
Yeah, cool skins and stuff would definitely be nice to see.
Now, same question for you, Pip, my friend, my man here. If you had any request for Call of Duty moving forward, what would it be? Anything?
I don't know. You already said it with the prop hunt. I don't know. I mean, I really liked how they ended up with the adding in the finishing moves. I think that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I guess I don't know because I don't get to see them very often.
Yeah. Me neither. I've only done 3 of them, so
that was something I really liked in Titanfall. Like you could do some really badass executions, man.
Yep.
So that's cool.
I think that was adding that to that was kind of cool, where you're able, you know, you sneak up behind someone and then like you give them the finishing move. It's like, oh, I fucked up right there. I should have been camping there for so long. Yep. You know, it's kind of embarrassing when it happens to you. It's like, oh, man.
What about you, Jerry?
What's the question? I apologize.
Oh, you're good. The question is, if you could.
Oh, what do I want to see? Yeah. What
in Call of Duty, what would you want to see moving forward?
Yeah, instead of the blueprints, how about just a whole new weapon? Like you grind to get a whole new weapon. I love the fact that I had to grind to get the crossbow. I wish, you know, why don't they have that, more of that? There's been plenty of guns to choose from over the years from the Call of Duty series. So, like, to me, what are we playing for? What are we playing towards? If there's no prestige, like we said before, like XP and prestige, as far as I'm concerned, don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
And if I find myself, you know, I want to do something, I want to challenge, and right now, like, I'm doing a challenge for the different reticles on the scope, which, yeah, at the end of the day, like, wow, big deal. But it's something to do. You know? So something that will, I guess the essence of it is something that will change your gameplay. You know, you go through all this, you get a new gun, that you have to figure out how to use that now. You know, it offers a different way of playing the game, so to speak. I think they've done a great job with their challenges with like Warzone and stuff, because it forced you to play it different ways. You know, I mean, you guys have played with me forever. I've never been a sniper. And that turned me into, you know, having to be a sniper sometimes. So yeah, more stuff like that gets you, that just gets you an opportunity to play it a different way. To me, I think is awesome, because there's so much into the game, man. Like why not just make it more diverse?
Yeah.
You know, instead of everybody using the same gun. You know, what was Black Ops 1? Everybody used the FAMAS. You know, that was the easiest gun to work with.
Bring the Vector back. I mean, I thought I heard rumors that
That's going to be
the Vector.
That's
really?
Supposedly going to be one of the guns possibly in season 4.
Okay.
It might be a mid-season gun. It might be a release gun. They're not sure yet, but they're pretty sure that it's going to come back.
Now, same question for you, TJ.
Mine's silly. Mine's really stupid and silly. I think that you remember Black Ops 3 where they had the 3 top guys on your team at the end, and you could do like a little jig or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I think they should have the whole team at the end after they've won in a match. All of them strutting their gear out. Everybody should be able to see it. The whole enemy team.
Even like Overwatch and some of those games do that.
Yeah,
and it is. I mean, at the end of the game,
it's kind of like okay, now you see who beat you. You know what I mean? Something that's like, all right, a little show off for what you have.
It's like the Olympic platform.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even Olympic platform, put people in a row of who on what team did what. I think that would be kind of cool.
I think to go back to that same question, now that I've expanded up for what you guys have said, I really loved and miss lobby leaderboard. I don't know why.
They should bring Titans into Modern Warfare.
I have no idea why, but I know. But I know when you go into a lobby, and you can tell by the overall list. We used to look at the weekly, we look at the overalls and stuff.
Talking about, we looked at it from match to match. Are you kidding?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I was obsessed with that.
It wasn't. Yes.
I was going to say. I mean,
yes,
it made us compete against each other.
Yeah.
It made you work harder.
Most definitely.
That's the kind of stuff that I think that moving forward would be great. It would be nice to have that information.
Yeah, because then you have somebody talking shit because they did good one game, and you go, oh, wait, your KD is a what? Your KD is a 1 point what? A 0.73? Shut up. You got one good game, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody can hear. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, don't die so much.
Yeah, exactly. Quit dying so much.
But
I missed that with Ron. Ron in our leader of our lobby was always so good. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll give him the knife." You know, he stabs someone. I'll give him the knife.
Give him the knife.
You know? Give him the knife.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the thing is Ron was always that rally guy. He was always that point. You know, that just somehow managed to always bring the games to life.
Down by 10 points towards the end. You're like, come on, let's do it. Come on. We're dying so much. Let's go.
Like,
I remember so many times riding around. And, you know, I forgot this game has a recon drone. Dude, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But we used to do that shit because we played core, hardcore, it didn't matter. We'd ride around tagging people. And that's how we would spend the matches. And it would be so much fun because you'd get all kinds of points for tagging people.
Man, yeah. That was one of the best. That's what they should bring back. Someone be able to tag people. That'd be awesome.
It's probably controversial. I probably should change mine to having support kill streaks again.
Yeah.
As much as they were kind of lame, but to have not offensive kill streaks, but support kill streaks on a player who's like you could pick. Remember how you used to be able to pick? You could do the support kill streak, so you could do the
well, that's when
ones.
you knew you was running with the squad because half of you would run like support and the other part would do tactical or whatever. You know
so all your kill streaks would lead up, and they would still count. You know what I mean? Like,
and you would be able to get the flak jackets. You would be able to get the showing where everybody is and stuff like that. And
that was Ghosts, wasn't it? That did that?
Modern Warfare 2, I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Modern Warfare? Oh yeah, it was. That's right.
I'm with
They
you.
have
fuck
that.
yeah.
What is that shit
Bring
that
back
this
the
one
support
has?
in the
They have
recon
something
drone.
similar. It's like
Recon drone.
kills.
That was
So-
awesome.
Yep.
Remember that? I always used to
Yep.
rock the support so I
Oh,
could just
yeah,
tag
yeah.
everybody for you
We
guys.
used to, we would like compete and like see who would get the first one because once you get it up, you'll get so many points.
Yeah.
It's like you want to be the first one to have the recon drone up.
I do miss that. I mean, it does.
See, I'm totally gonna put that on tonight because they do have a recon
Yeah.
on this game. And I'm not
Yeah.
thinking about it. Like, that's why I'm glad we've been doing these podcasts and stuff, because it just makes you talk about things and bring up things that really, and that's great because I remember how much fun the recon drones were.
Go for the red dots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah,
Like,
get 'em.
like,
Look at the red dots,
hey,
go
look,
get 'em.
look, looks like Christmas, guys.
There's one
Go get 'em.
here and here and here. Look at these two over here holding hands.
Yeah, there was one map. What was it? I think Mission, where there was basically no cover whatsoever. Very, very. I shouldn't say whatsoever. Very minimal cover. So you get the recon on that one, dude, and you're just tag, 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 and then you just get you get your team killing them, and then you just hover over their spawn and just, all right, here's where they're spawning. Tag, tag, tag.
Yeah, imagine hard hat with. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. You see it. I'll be that guy. I'm just saying, I got to do something. I don't have to run out and die all the time if I'm tagging people.
Well, I think that was cool too because it offered a different way of exploring the map as well. When you're able to fly,
you get to see the patterns more too.
Exactly. And you bring up hard hat. I remember how challenging that was to get through the middle part of it with the recon drone because the building was all destroyed, so you had to be able to
yeah, you had to hover through,
maneuver horizontally.
Remember flying? You could fly through the tunnel to go to the other side, so you could cut around real fast. But then you always took the risk of somebody punching you or giving you the knife out of the air.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember them as sentry guns? Oh, sentry guns were the
I've been
truth,
putting sentry
man.
guns back on as a kill
I've been
streak
using
now.
sentry guns.
Yeah,
that shit is the truth, man.
Because people got rid of.
I had that coming up for one of my challenges. I think the shock and awe. I think there's a sentry gun. Get a certain amount of kills with that. So you'll be seeing me using it pretty soon. I think I'm on UAVs now or something like that.
I do like the fact that you have to select. I do and I don't like the fact that you have to select challenges to do. I kind of wish they were all open. I wish as you were doing them, they would just unlock. I wish you didn't have to.
Oh yeah, so you
didn't have to select.
If you're doing something,
one.
you're not getting credit for it.
Yeah, I've already
that's...
done this 80 times. Now I got to go do it for this. You know what I mean? Come on.
Sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That is very true. I don't even know how you could go about finding out why they do that. I mean,
they want you to play more. They don't want to just give you all these blueprints because they don't really. I mean, they have a good amount, but they don't have unlimited skins. So
I can't help it.
They need to make them list. They need to make them last. So it's all about getting you in there to play. And then they throw these skins in every now and then, similar skins into the the store, hoping that you've seen it over here trying to get it. Maybe you'll buy it. So,
I was looking on here online, released 11 hours ago. This is inverse.com. They're saying Call of Duty Season 4 new maps. At least 5 multiplayer maps and 4 gunfight maps are expected to appear. Reddit leaks claim that text tokens confirm these new maps, many of them favorites from previous games like 2009's Modern Warfare 2. The new maps players may soon find themselves on our Scrapyard, Oil Broadcast, Garden, or Harbor. Gunfight maps are Drainage, Train, Trench, or Townhouse. Now, if I remember, Broadcast was the one that had that satellite laying down. It was like a snowy one. Is that?
Hold on, let me look. I don't think that was. I think the Broadcast was the one that had the big tower, the big dome in the corner of the map.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at it now.
I think.
Okay. I see it now. Oh, yeah. I see it now. Interesting. But, yeah, I mean...
hold on.
Again, they're releasing a bunch of things that they've had before. It would be nice to have some kind of new some newer things like that. But at least they're trying to do that. I believe I just read on this page here, guns would be they're
No, it's going to be the TV station.
yeah, TV station.
It's what they already have in the map now. It's TV station.
They say it's going to be the Vector and the Galil. I remember a lot of people using the Galil because it didn't jump around a whole lot. You remember the Galil?
Yep.
I used to rock the Galil all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Galil was nasty. Yeah, the broadcast is the TV station, so they're going to pull TV station from the from Warzone and put it into the multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That's what they did with the supermarket.
Because TV
I
station,
like that board.
Yeah,
I like that board.
TV
Supermarket.
station is a remake, pretty big section of broadcast. Broadcast was originally in. I knew it looked familiar. It was in the original Modern Warfare 4, or the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That TV station was an original map from that, and they plopped it into Warzone.
Hey, I have another suggestion. I just
right.
thought of it. The headquarters. Remember headquarters in World War II?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Like Destiny
like
style
that.
headquarters. That would be cool.
Yeah, with the supply drops and all that, and
Yeah, that
like
was a pretty cool little. It had a really rough start, but
yeah, you couldn't even remember.
didn't
There
see
was like
anybody.
some challenge, and you couldn't even do it because it was broken for the first like 6 months, and then finally it's like, whoa, wait a minute, why is there planes getting shot down all of a sudden?
Well, not only that,
you
it
can
was
actually use these anti
these
aircraft
anti-tank
guns here.
things. Yeah, and then there was it was like the first. I think it was like the first month or 2 months, wasn't it, that you couldn't even see anybody else in the headquarters? Like you were in there by yourself.
Yeah, it was weird. But there were some things. We spent how much time trying to figure out how to jump up on the.
Oh yeah,
on the
trying to get the
thing
secret
and-
areas. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be pretty
Yeah.
cool if they brought headquarters back.
Yeah, like have something, where is it just kind of off to the side where you can kind of get lost for a little bit and see other people, and
Even if they had something like that in, kind of like what they do with Warzone with the lobby, where they just let you shooting each other.
They had so many
I love
glitches in
that.
the
I love
headquarters,
that. That
though.
was welcome addition for sure.
You remember all the glitches? I mean, you used to be able to scoot your ass on the ground
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a dog.
Do you remember the first time you saw somebody doing that?
Or even like the firing range, the 1v1 things they had. Imagine if they did that. Imagine if they brought the 1v1s, like Gulag style 1v1s, into multiplayer at the beginning of the game. So everybody on your team 1v1s somebody else on the other team
Yeah,
before the match.
I like it.
As a quick little 2-minute 1v1. That would be pretty
like it.
fucking sick.
I like it.
I think that
So
would be
then you all
awesome.
can watch something like a.
Well, not even
like a
watch.
pop
You're
up.
all doing your own 1v1, and then it gives gives you a winner at the end of before the match starts, so everybody can see. Okay, I won my 1v1. Kind of like a little extra spice on it, or maybe at the end of it, put a 1v1 with everybody at the end.
Is it
Like,
tomorrow?
Alan,
Is it tomorrow?
Pop
Season
up.
4 drops.
It's postponed now, so it's not sure.
Oh
if
yeah,
it's gonna
that's right.
drop
We talked
yet.
about.
Yeah, it got
So they don't
postponed.
know when it's going with everything going on.
Nothing yet.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Indefinitely right now, but could be just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's true. That makes a lot of sense. I know I wasn't gonna spend any cash because I was already like midway through this season, because I wanted to get some cooler skins and stuff. I remember we were playing and TJ was like, "What?" He says, "Am I the only one that's got these double XP things?" It's like, well, yeah. You're also the only one with Battle Pass.
I'm the only geek. All right.
Nerd.
It's all good.
I like the
Yes.
battle passes though. I think some of them are worth it.
Do you remember when we used to buy that Battle Pass? It was like, what, $50 or something like that? Just as much as it was for the game, it was for the Battle Pass.
the season
But-
pass.
Season
Yeah,
Pass,
Season
yeah, they
Pass,
dropped
yep.
all kinds of stuff.
You got all the new maps, no matter what. All the new people. Everything.
Well, I like
But it was-
the fact they give out
most
the
of the time
maps
it was
for
worth
free
it.
now. That's why I don't mind spending some money on the battle pass because I'm like, all right, well, I used to spend the money on the maps when they came out, but all I got was the maps. I didn't get
Yeah, because nobody wanted to be the guy who had that little red icon with the up next to their name. Think of like your KD's a 0.3.
Fuchsia doesn't have the maps,
Could
so
be
you
a
can't play that.
0.32.
You can't play those games.
And they're like, yeah, you ain't got it. Like, what's up with that? Then you got to explain.
Sometimes those new maps.
I gotta wait till
so
Friday.
bad.
All right, yeah. There was something you're like, I don't want to buy that map back. It's like a rehash.
You were so
of
mad
all
that you
the
got
maps
it.
I
Like,
hated.
Shit was fun though. Yes.
Someone in your party doesn't have the map packs. Son of a
Oh
bitch.
yeah, I remember that. I used to get the middle finger all the time. Yeah, what a great time. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get out of here myself. I'm thinking I'm gonna go turn on the Call of Duty there. If you guys want to squad up here for a little bit, I want to put the recon on. Take that for a trip down memory lane.
Hell yeah.
Did you have anything else you guys want to talk about, TJ? Or
I've covered everything I was going to. I don't know about you guys.
well, thanks for.
I mean,
Play
what's up?
I got a
Subnautica
suggestion for
already
next
we can
time,
talk
so.
about it.
Play some
jerks.
Subnautica. That goes for all yins, all three of yins.
Everybody's.
And when you do, I'm curious to know what your emotional reaction is to it. I think that's why I just got so involved in the game, was just because when I played it, I'm like, dude, I haven't experienced like emotions like this playing a game before, or at least in a very long time.
Maybe I'll do that Friday night when I don't have to, because I don't have to work Saturday morning. I'll just drown myself in it, turn my phone off.
Drown yourself in it. I see what you did there.
But a
Huh?
book.
Get it. Thank you. You see what I did there? But yeah,
He's a
And I'm gonna
wordsmith.
play some Rocket League. I'll get on there.
dude, I'm gonna go check that box before I do anything. I'm gonna jump on there and switch it over to make it cross-platform.
I'll go on there and do that too.
Because that game is awesome. TJ, thank you very much for having me on here as always.
Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys.
It's our pleasure. At least mine, at least.
Yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out with us today, Pip. We're really glad you got to hang out and be on the podcast with us. We'll see you
It
next
was
time.
definitely a blast.
TJ.
We'll catch you all on the next one, and just remember, it's only a game.